Okay. All right. Let me turn this down before I forget. Okay. It's a very nice day outside. Very cool. And I hope you guys are doing well. And oh, do that right there. All right. So in just a little bit, we are going to get started. But I'm just thankful that that I had a nice meal and I'm ready to go. So let's get going to our Madden Series Super Bowl. And before I go any further, I'm just going to let those involved know. Also, let me turn down my my Discord in just a little bit. Excuse me. And I know for some of you this may be a bit late, but unfortunately I had to fulfill family commitments, so it's not like I could do this earlier than I would have wanted. And I know that some of you may be watching football for real, but and that's great, and I'm happy for that. But I just wanted to get this out of the way. All right, so let me just let the people know. So give me a moment. All right, let me just let Feck and Shifty and Brandon know. Let's see, who do we have here? All right. Oh. And then let me just get Shifty and oh yeah, and Brandon too. Almost forgot. All right. See, who do we have here? Hey, what's up, Clinton? And oh, and there's also Brandon. I was about to get you, but anyway. Well, SMG4 got a redesign. All right. And then the last person I need to let know is my good friend Shifty the Clown. All right, so let me just get Mr. Shiftykins. Oh, there he is. And let me see who else we have here. Oh yeah, and we also have Ram too. Great to see you, man. There we go. And with that, we are officially about to start. Anyway, I don't know why SMG4 had to redesign it. It was in their court art, but it's kind of weird. Not sure about that. Not that I have any knowledge or anything like that, so it is what it is. All right, so let's get started without any further ado. So we have, well, technically they're still called the football team, even though they have since called themselves the Commanders. And they will be taking on the Cleveland Browns. I mean, really, if you'd asked me early, like, hey, Shadow Knight, and Shadow, you're in this game. So also, I want to what is it? What's the word? Wish you the best of luck in your Super Bowl debut. But how's everything going in Shadow Knight Land? And also, definitely, Super Bowl needs Clinton. Well, at least I'm happy to say that you finally won the big one. You know, a Mario parody show, and there's just chilling. Awesome, man. Well, yes, the Browns are in the Super Bowl. If anything, hell might have just frozen over. But anyway, Blaze, how do you feel about LTD coming back? I mean, I honestly like it, but I know that some people wanted. I know that Yeti would have wanted it a different way, but I'm not gonna laugh at Yeti's face or rub it in. But outside of that, yo, TJ. Spoilers for fuck's sake. Oh shit. Yeah, but yeah, I'm very sorry about that, Clinton. Shit. I thought you saw it, so I didn't know that. So that's on me. But yeah, what type of alternate universe is this? Well, I mean, it definitely helps as far as the Browns are concerned that you have someone like Shifty and Blade Charge, aka the man that saved the world, the rocket scientist, Feck, and Shadow Knight. Of course, they are going up against the Commanders. Oh, shit. Yeah. Boo the Browns. So I take it you're going to go with Washington just by default, but I wish nothing but the best as far as, next year. But also, hey, what's up, Wally Johnson? It's the Poop Browns. And also, hey, what's up, Jamar? All right, let's quickly get this game going. And as always, it's going to be 10 minutes because it is the Super Bowl. This does not apply to... Okay, cool. And... Oh, right. It's the Super Bowl. There we go. Much better. And then Wally saying hello to everybody. Clinton saying hello to everybody. Jamar saying hello to Clinton and Wally and all the others. I never went to the Super Bowl. I never won a ring. Well, I mean, there's a few people that are making their Super Bowl debut, and I'll get to them. And in fact, we're going to get to it right now. Yep, this is the big one. And also, hey, what's up? Deidre Lewis, a.k.a. Munchie. But yeah, I'll be honest with you. This is like what would happen if hell froze over. Actually, no. Actually, it would be more accurate to see if it actually, it is more accurate to say that it is an alternate universe. It's like what would happen if the Browns never left, like the old Browns never left to become the Ravens. Of course, then you would have to wonder like how things would have turned out.
Tonight on EA Sports.
But yeah, great to see you, Munchie, and I just, I don't want to say too much about it, but you did kick some butt there. I remember that day, it was nuts. Yeah. Oh, that's right. When the old Browns left. Yeah. But yeah, this definitely would be what would happen if the old Browns
It's the Cleveland
stayed. But of
Browns
course, they would
taking
not have
on
had
the
Baker
Washington
Mayfield. They
football
probably still
team.
would have been more successful. But would they have had
So
great
much has
quarterback
happened
play?
since the
I don't
Super
know.
Bowl was last in this part of the U.S. in the early
I
90s.
really don't
The
know.
Rams and Chargers have both returned to L.A., and they've constructed this incredible new palace for football, SoFi Stadium
That
in
is good.
Inglewood. And it will be the scene
But it
tonight
is a good
for
what
Super
if.
Bowl 56. And what a matchup we have. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play
Ooh,
for
Browns.
the
My
Barney
Falcons lost
Trophy,
today.
as it'll be the
And wasn't it
AFC
against the?
champion Cleveland
Yeah, it was
Browns
against the
taking on the NFC
Bengals.
champions, the Washington
The
football
other,
team.
the other Ohio
Barry Garden
team.
and Charles
Although
Davis
a lot
in
of
the
people are
hand and
saying,
CD,
well,
all eyes on the
I know
AFC
that
champs.
historically
A lot of
speaking
folks
that the
out there in
Browns and
Ohio
the
have waited
Bengals are
a
not
long
fighting for the
time
top
for this
spot
night. What a
in
story. The
Ohio.
Cleveland
That they're
Browns
only
in
just
their
fighting for
first
number
Super Bowl
2,
appearance
as
ever.
the
I would
Buckeyes
say
are
there
number
a lot
1.
of tears to go with that joy, right? And it's tears of appreciation, tears of patience. As you pointed out, it's been a long time. Remember, this team was 0-16 just 4 years ago. Made it to the playoffs in 2020, got the road win in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was the
And now
Bengals.
here they
Yeah.
are in the Super Bowl. And you have to go back to 1964 for their last NFL title, pre-Super Bowl era, when they beat the Baltimore Colts 27-0.
And meanwhile, this is a Washington team that nobody thought would be here at the start of the year. Even the most diehard fans would probably tell you that. Yet here they are looking for what would be the franchise's
Columbus
first title in this.
is
their
greater
sixth
than Cleveland.
appearance.
Yeah, I could see
You
that.
have to go back to 1992, the last time that they were here, and that was Super Bowl 26. That's more than a quarter of a century ago. Now, they did win Super Bowl 17 with Joe Theismann leading the way at quarterback and John Riggins, the Diesel, running the football. And then Super Bowl 22. How about that historic game? Doug Williams is the quarterback and the game's MVP.
Definitely love the history lesson given at the start of the Super Bowl.
After all the hype, it's finally
All right, here it is.
as we're underway in Super Bowl 56.
The most weird Super Bowl of all time, in the sense of you did not expect these two teams to make it. And yet here they are. And it starts with Baker Mayfield, and this was back when he was good. Unfortunately, he has since regressed to the point where he's just absolute trash now.
A couple of weeks ago. And now he knows what lies ahead. He's going to need to play a near perfect 4 quarters of football.
It's the weirder bowl. Yeah, it really is. It really is. And also, Blaze, I did have an idea, but I'll run it by you on Twitter. And goes for a run, does Kareem Hunt, but he gets a measly yard out of it.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there.
Anyway, as for the offensive players for Cleveland, you have Shifty the Clown.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that.
Of course, Shifty is number 83, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to look again. But another run, and a much better run, by Nick Chubb.
4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4.
But yeah, Shifty is the offensive tackle.
Guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball.
And meanwhile, on defense, you have Cole Weston. In fact, there's I believe that is Shifty, number 70.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
And then Shadow's like, "Welp."
Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Oh, I'm sorry. I almost forgot to mention. And Shadow Knight is also in there as a defensive tackle. I almost forgot to mention that. As well as King Feck as a linebacker. And punter and kicker is Blade Charge. But also, for the Commanders, they have, and we're going to see them in just a moment, but there you see Blade Charge.
They come in bunches.
And then Shadow Knight is like, "Welp?" Wait, what do you mean, welp?
The Browns send out their punter now. DeAndre Carter back deep. Oh, it's a wobbler here.
And not a very good kick, though. In fact, it was so bad that it didn't even make it past the 30.
25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch.
Not a good first start there, but there you see the quarterback for Washington, Brandon Cuevas. And of course, this is his debut as a quarterback. And as for the other offensive players, you have at center, Biological. And at tight end is Joshua James.
From their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in the days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
And they hand it off, and he gets by one guy, and he could go, no, he got tripped up. No, wait, he didn't get tackled. Now he finally does, but wow, what a run by Gibson. For a moment, I thought he was tackled a few yards before that, but no, he got a good run out of it. That was just bad tackling there by Cleveland. Look at that. And look, nobody touched him. They thought he was touched, but he wasn't. And those extra yards definitely will carry some weight. But yeah, I've never seen that in this game before. I'll be honest with you. Anyway, there you see Shadow Knight, number 99.
1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now.
Well, now Washington with all the momentum right now.
They'll set up a throw.
And he gets it off, and that is going to be 10 yards. That'll be a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
And this time, Cuevas wisely throws that away. Otherwise, he would have lost some yards. Anyway, very cool, Madden. It's in the game. Yes.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
But yeah, that reminds me. I definitely would like to mention the 8 teams that will be in for next season on season 12. And a completion and a first down, but not before going out of bounds to stop the clock. But yeah, I wanted to share the next teams, or next 8 teams, excuse me, that will be featured for the next season. So I may as well get those out while I have a chance. And another completion, and he gets it down to the 1. I'll tell you one thing, Washington, we have not seen this type of quality in a team since their last Super Bowl back in '91. I'm hoping in the next game we get more options for relocations. Oh, you mean for Madden 23 or 24? But in either case, a touchdown for the Commanders as they take command thanks to Ron Rivera, a much more competent coach, I can tell you that much right now.
Both sides of the football in sync early.
I mean, sure, he's no genius, but he's definitely way better than Matt Rule, and that's really saying a lot. 23, okay, cool.
We're going to take the ball downfield and score, but he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this, we're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball, they won't be able to keep it.
Or maybe even include, like, changing the name of the team.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Shifty! I see you, Shifty. And Well, Shifty, you're going to be on the field in just a few moments as Cleveland's going to be back on offense. But anyway, great to see you. And also, welcome to your Super Bowl debut.
Joey Sly now to kick off after
So
the
Washington
touchdown.
takes an early lead. Let's see if Cleveland can
The return man
respond
down to
back,
the
and they'll
knee,
start
and
at the
this will come
25.
out to the 25-yard line.
Go Hawks. Oh. Anyway, there you see Cole Weston, number 91.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail early on.
And then
in the
Clinton's
Super
like,
Bowl as they
Shifty!
come up first and 10. To begin the drive,
They hand it off, and great run there.
and he's going to get a good gain of
Great run by
to
Kareem
the
Hunt.
34.
And they get 9 yards out of it. Great. And that's another thing about, why Shifty was drafted by Cleveland. They needed somebody to open up the lanes, but also protect Baker Mayfield,
The last run got 9. That leaves him with
just to
second and a
protect
yard.
Baker's buns.
Play fake.
And in fact, he is going head-to-head with Cole Weston. And, oh!
And it's incomplete.
Oh, it got popped up in the air, and that could have easily had been intercepted, but it stays Cleveland football, 3rd and 1.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
All right,
Mayfield down.
Mayfield, they get the completion.
By Austin Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to
They get the completion to Austin Hooper. And of course, Hooper was one of the key members of those of that 16 Falcons team that made it to the Super Bowl. But of course, we all know how that turned out. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me get that for you. Hold on.
Mayfield on first down.
Another completion, and oh, whoa! We got a flag though. I'll type it in the chat. Hold on.
Certainly looked like it indeed. Here
And it was a face mask against Washington. Yeah, not a good penalty to take, and that's going to put them at the 29, and that's going to give Cleveland a chance to tie this game up, especially as we move along. But I can tell you, at least the Falcons are not one of those teams. Not to say that they can't be, but they're not. Yeah, it was a face mask, all right.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like
It's
he's
like,
gonna have a
come
pretty
on,
good
throw
game
me
on
a tackle eligible pass. No. Yeah, that would be awesome, though. It really would be cool. I'm not going to lie. That'd be awesome, man. Another run. I'll tell you one thing. If there's one thing that Cleveland had been doing and has done well, it's running the ball. Another thing that Washington has been doing well is getting the early leads. As really, they have never trailed in any of the games they've had. And as a matter of fact, both these teams, they both started out in the wild card round. They were 2 of 4 teams that started in the wild card round. They had to win 3 games to get here, and they did just that. And almost got picked off. Almost got picked off, but that's going to stop them. And that's going to lead to a field goal attempt for Blade Charge. But yes, that is true. They are a run-first team. Shifty's like, get behind me.
This will be a 37-yard attempt.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was Shifty who just snapped the ball. And he did a good snap because that was good. Nice snap there by the clown, number 70. So yeah, Shifty also contributing to the special teams game. I mean, special teams at, you know, especially the kicking team or the field goal unit, they're an extension of the offense.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And ultimately, he's
all right, so they take it to the 25.
If he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
All right, so those are the teams for next year. Patriots, Raiders, Cardinals, Cowboys, Titans, Buccaneers, and Packers. So, of course, with 8 teams, that means that each team is going to have 5 players instead of 4. And also the fact that there will not be a wild card round. And another run. And I'll tell you one thing. Washington is also very good at the run, especially during their run into the Super Bowl. Hard to choose that. Yeah, exactly. Especially for the House of Black. Because, I mean, in addition to the fact that the Cowboys are in it, the Packers are in it, so that might be very hard to choose.
Here's second and a yard.
The only thing I know for certain is that I know that Shifty does not want to play for the Raiders. I know that.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And then Wally's interested in the Buccaneers. I don't know if that will actually happen, but it's possible though.
First quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works.
I'll play on the Cowboys or the Titans as a tight. Oh, you want to be a tight end? Okay. Or at least put you on a team in which they need a tight end, in which you can be one. It'd be the only. Any team that has Brady on it, or not even his former team either. Also, hey, what's up, Patty?
But not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes.
Anyway, great run there.
They've got to
but
like what they're seeing from this unit so far.
Oh, that's right. It was Patriots and Raiders. I knew the Raiders was one. I just kept forgetting the other team.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming.
So you're saying that you're more willing to play with the Patriots than, you know, as long as it's not with the Buccaneers. I understand. I understand. Enough. Picked off! Picked off by Walker Jr. And now Cleveland has a chance to cut into this lead again, if not take the lead. But that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was the first pick by Brandon, as he had not been picked off at all. But great play there by, you know, Walker Jr. Or Steelers. Oh, yeah.
And run downfield with receivers. In this case,
meat chicken.
Pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Mayfield gonna lead the Browns
for any
now,
team.
1st and 10
LB. What's LB mean? Linebacker?
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Anyway, a completion, and nope, didn't quite get the first down. Or did he get enough forward progress? No, he did not. By just a few inches, though.
10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Just about every quarterback is trained.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's if that's what Wally wants to be. Not that I couldn't do it, I can. But it's up to Wally, though.
It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down.
Oh, linebacker. Okay, so he does want to be a linebacker. So that means I'll have to see if I can switch one person from a linebacker to a defensive tackle, since that's what Wally was
Right now, I think they were just trying
when
to
he
get
was
some
drafted
momentum,
by
get a
the
first down, pick it up, and keep
Pittsburgh
moving.
the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shifty and I will be on the Buckeyes.
Mayfield now looking to throw.
Mayfield, a completion,
Over the middle, Hooper.
and he gets it to Hooper. Great throw there by Hooper.
And that tight end position, it just seems to
Jose wants to play for the Raiders.
every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies.
But at the end, it is a draft, so
On first down, they'll
the
run
least
with
I can do
Chubb.
is, try to remember. And whoa, he gets by one tackle. He just blew by a number of guys, and Nick Chubb is just, running them down. Look at
They're
that.
making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this a little bit.
I'm just going to predict Cleveland.
Plays, 3
Yeah.
first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A run for
They
Nick
hand it
Chubb.
off, and another run.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it
I mean, this is
inside the
completely
10.
the opposite of,
48 yards
last
rushing
Super
forward
Bowl.
now in the opening
Last Super
quarter of
Bowl,
the
we
Super
had like
Bowl.
2
But
pass-happy
an effort to get
teams.
the ground game going
I mean,
today.
not to say that there wasn't any defense. There was, but it was more passing. Here, it's more running. Great run there by Chubb.
Also like what the runner's giving us too. It appears that he's
To Arizona. Well, that's the expectation, which is not a bad one, given that Brandon has definitely proven himself to be a great QB to get it to this point.
And nothing doing. These
Well,
are
now we'll
not
find out
taking
if
out of
Washington
the
can
scrimmage.
hold them to at least a
They'll
field
say
goal
no
to
gain on the play.
to remain
2nd and goal.
on top, albeit by 1 point.
Because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find
All right,
that
cool.
opportunity
Cool.
later on.
But I just know that at least with Wally's very consistent. When it comes to, the Falcons, whenever they're involved, there's only ever going to be one place he'd go. Same thing with, Shifty, same thing with Kelly and Crimson Ninja. Those are just a few people, and also to an extent Clinton.
To go up and make a play, even when contested.
EA allows 2 players.
The trust factor in effect.
Anyway, that was Donovan Peoples-Jones. Great catch by him. And now Cleveland takes the lead.
The point after.
And there you see Shifty in the middle snapping the ball. But it just goes to show that Shifty, you don't just play offensive tackle. You're also the guy that snaps the ball for extra points
Touchdown for Cleveland.
or field goals. But right now, but as for Blade Charge, he accounts for 4 of those points. Yeah, I picked you as long snapper because when I was configuring the team, I was like, okay, well, who could do a better job? And the default option, as good as he was, it just wasn't, it was more optimal to have someone like Shifty to do it, and he does a great job. Well, the character Shifty.
DeAndre Carter returning it. And able to get this
All right, so they take
to
it to the
25.
25.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last
Anyway,
drive
so
that
Brandon,
led
of course,
to that score.
with that interception, and that led to a touchdown for Cleveland. We'll see if Brandon can redeem himself.
This drive, very important.
Trying to shake off the interception from the
And they get they get a completion. And it's 2nd and 3. Not a bad start there. Good catch there by Carter. But I mean, as far as special teams are concerned, as well as special packages, yeah, I had to console the Madden 19 playbook.
On 2nd down, a run
and another run.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
All right, so 3rd and 1. Big conversion needed for the Washington Commanders. Well, they get it. They do. Not a lot, but just enough to keep going. And they get it at the end of the quarter. So yeah, up until just recently, Washington never trailed in any of the games they had. They had to beat Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I honestly thought the Ravens would probably beat them, but no. What happened was Washington took a 7-0 lead, and then when Lamar Jackson was making a run, he ended up fumbling the football, in which it was recovered and taken the other way. Or actually, no, it was fumbled and recovered by Washington, and then they ended up scoring another touchdown, and they never trailed at that point.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And another completion, and who was that who caught it? Great throw there by Cuevas, and that was, of course, our Intercontinental Champion, Joshua James. Great catch there for 16 yards on that reception there by Joshua James. I mean, as far as Brandon and to an extent Jose, like how do you feel about Joshua and his performance on the field?
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. He'll look to throw.
And Brandon forced out of the pocket and was able to take the hit. I mean, he still has. I mean, let's not forget the man is a former running back, is Brandon Cuevas, so he's used to taking hits. So he still has the spirit of a running back.
Medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw.
Another completion.
Complete over the middle. It's James.
And of course, it is Joshua James. That's his 2nd reception.
Wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle.
I mean, James, sure, he's not the big name that, say, a Travis Kelce or a Mark Andrews or Gronkowski or some of the other big-time, tight ends. But, Joshua's stepping up, and especially in the Super Bowl when it matters the most.
Bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second and 6.
All right, 2nd and 7 at the 18. They hand it off again. And another first down. I will say this, though. Both teams are doing pretty well with their running games. Whether it is making lanes for the runners to make, or at least protecting their quarterbacks long enough for them to make plays. So, yeah, the offensive lines for both teams are doing exceptionally well. And in fact, the linemen, offensively and defensively, they don't get enough love. So I just wanted to give some props to them. And a touchdown to Samuel. Curtis Samuel with a touchdown for Washington. And they have retaken the lead, half the Commanders. I mean, that was just a great throw on the money. And there you saw Feck chasing him, but Feck not quick enough to stop him. The Buckeye strikes again.
Slide for the PAT. And that makes it 14-10.
All right, so 14-10 Washington.
So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
All right, so now it's time for Cleveland to try to either take the lead back, if not cut into it, with 7 minutes and 17 seconds left. I will say this, though. Both teams are doing well with their offensive lines, but so far it is Cleveland that has that interception to their credit.
This will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it.
All right, first and 10 at the 25. Mayfield throws it to absolutely nobody. Might have just thrown it to a ghost or something. Anyway, safe to say I have not made life easy for any team. Well, no, I mean, outside of that one pick, I mean, you haven't really turned it over all that much.
In this case, just a little bit too much.
I mean, credit Cleveland for taking advantage of that that interception, though. And blitz coming in. And nice dump-off pass, though. Nice screen pass to Kareem Hunt as he gets 6 yards on that reception. But now it's 3rd and 4.
You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
There you see the big man, Shifty the Clown.
For 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw.
And throws it to no one. Right now it seems as if either Mayfield's off target or he's probably seeing ghosts or something.
Locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So now that brings up an interesting situation. Do they punt it away and hope that their defense gets the ball back? But really they should, if only because look at the field position they have.
He'll kick it away for the second time.
And they will.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it.
And a punt return, and that's past midfield. I'll tell you one thing, I'm not sure what's going on with Blade Charge, because, you know, Blade Charge, I've never seen Blade Charge punt this badly before.
He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown.
But I'll have to turn it around sooner than later. Well, now Washington has a chance to put this game I don't want to say out of reach completely, but it'll make it much more difficult for Cleveland when they get the ball back.
They think that they're way better than that, so your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there.
That being said, the worst thing you can do is turn it over.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. And he'll manage to pick up
Gets 4 yards on that carry.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd and 6.
And a completion for 11 yards and a first down. And he gets it to Carter. Does Cuevas. I will say this, though. Cuevas, throughout this entire Super Bowl run, has just... He's definitely stepped up his game considerably. But now we'll find out if he can get the job done. Although he runs out of the pocket. And does he get the first down, though? He's got 2 rushing attempts for 20 yards, though. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is a first down, and it is.
Himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Yep. Yep, you did get a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And Cuevas. Well, he was trying to run, but unfortunately he gets tackled for a loss by Jadeveon Clowney, and we all know how good he is. But they definitely lost 3 yards on that. Brandon, I mean, great job on the last run, but unfortunately he lost 3 on that.
1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Oh, nice. Nice play call and a nice pass on to Joshua James as he gets it to the 10 and a 1st and goal. Nice recovery there and great play there by Joshua. I will say this, though, as far as Joshua is concerned, is that he is stepping up his game considerably. You know, ever since he became a tight end. He's gotten better and better, but now that he's on a team that is winning, he is showing us what he is capable of. You know, just like the champ that he is. And another pass, and gets it to the 3. 2nd and goal. And if you're Cleveland, I have to think that right now, Shifty on the bench is probably sweating Crisco. And trust me, I probably would be too if I was on that bench for Cleveland, but I'm not. You mean Hobo? Yeah, he probably would be. Although this time, well, he gets 2 yards. Or, I'm sorry, he gets a yard to the 2. Sorry.
Between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area.
That's to Williams, who got the first down. First touchdown. Oh.
It's got to be right at them.
Yeah, I believe it was Williams. Yeah.
Throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
They'll look to throw on.
And before Cuevas could throw, who gets him? Miles Garrett.
Coming in to drop him.
The former #1 pick of the Cleveland Browns, and definitely living up to that first-round status as the #1 draft pick, and playing as the #1 draft pick that he is. Although it kind of looked a little weird in terms of the replay. Well, that's going to force them into a
Now
field
in
goal.
comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good.
Yeah, chip shot field goal, and that's enough for a 7-point lead. So that was probably the next best thing that could have happened for the Cleveland Browns.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
All right.
And it'll
They
come
will
out
take
to
the touchback
25
at the
as he
25.
will attempt to return. With the football going back over down
Back
to
in the
Cleveland
field
Browns.
is Shifty the
They find
Clown.
themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
All right, so 1st and 10.
From the gun, Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry.
Anyway, good throw there to Landry. I will say this, though, Shifty, you've done a great job in blocking Cole Weston, number 91, on Washington. Because Cole Weston, I will say this, though, Cole has done a fantastic job on defense, you know, during Washington's run in just being disruptive, but that has not been the case, especially with, you know, Shifty in front of them. And they get a 1st down and a whole lot more as they get to the 45. Also, hey, what's up, Zach Walker? And Zach, of course, a former Super Bowl champion with the Dallas Cowboys a couple of seasons ago. In fact, I believe it was it was actually 2 seasons ago, 2 Super Bowls ago, that Zach won a championship, and he was the center. That would be the guy that snaps the ball, for those who didn't know. Yeah, I definitely know you like that. You know, because you're cool like that. Anyway, a completion, and gets a couple more yards. And is that enough for 1st down? Yes, it is.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that?
And the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando.
Let me see.
EA Sports halftime report. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he's going to get this down near the
actually,
30-yard line.
because I wasn't sure if you were going to come back, and I'm happy that you're back. You were not on this. You didn't. You're not on a team. So, but since you are coming back, I'll be certain to put you on a team. In fact, the Cowboys are a team that will be featured in the next season. So definitely you'll have a place on that. But for this season you weren't featured. But make no mistake, Zach Walker's coming back.
And try and cover him before he gets going.
Anyway, now it's 1st and 10 at the 17.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And it almost got picked off by number 30. You might go to the Jaguars. Well, they're not even going to be. If you look at the pinned comment for next season, the Jaguars are not even one of the teams featured. So the teams featured are going to be the Patriots, the Raiders, Cardinals, Cowboys, Titans.
That one is caught by Hunt.
sorry,
Now
the
Browns will
Titans,
use the first of their
Buccaneers,
three
and Packers.
timeouts,
Can't talk.
as they'll stop it with exactly a minute
And then,
to go before
of
halftime.
course.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go.
Well, unfortunately, after a sack, after that interruption there.
Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw.
Thank you, Clinton. I appreciate it.
25. And Washington
But
now
a
gonna use
timeout
the
used
first
up.
of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little
And
under a
unfortunately,
minute
that's
go
going to
in this
force
first half.
Cleveland to have to go for a field goal instead of, trying to tie it up with a touchdown.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal.
So that's going to cut it down to a 4-point game.
First, this now from 42 yards out. And this one is right.
And it's
through.
good, so it is now a 4-point game.
Back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So yeah, Blade Charge doing a great job for the Browns.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And out a little across the 25.
And they'll get to the 27. Good return there by Washington. And Zach is going to go for Washington. And of course, you have Antonio Gibson with 74 yards on 9 rushes. That's not bad. And especially going into the half.
But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. They'll come out throwing here on first
And
down.
Cuevas gets a throw off, and didn't realize how wide open he was, but a timeout used up and a first down for Washington.
The second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first
41
half.
seconds left. And if you're Cleveland, you would like to try to get a play on, or not a play, a takeaway is what I was trying to say. I can't talk. Or make a big play.
Midfield here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
And Cuevas. Well, Cuevas ended up running into Myles Garrett. In fact, it was a half a sack. And Cleveland has 3 sacks to their credit.
And partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive.
And then I realized that, oh yeah, Baker doesn't have a sack because he was never sacked, but instead he ended up getting a successful pass off, but it was a tackle for loss. But in this case, it was a sack onto Cuevas, and Cuevas cannot be too happy about the fact that he's getting creamed out there, despite the fact that his team is in the lead.
Sacks, a growing theme in
All right,
this
so
first
2nd
half.
and 18.
Second and long. They'll look to throw here.
And
That's going to be caught by
that was caught?
And he's able to get this one out
It was caught, but they get
45.
a couple of yards to make up for that loss of yardage that they had, so now it's a 3rd and 9. They hand it off, but a run that results in a loss of yards.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first
And that was
half.
Newsome the second with a tackle for loss.
So on fourth down,
All right, so we
Washington
have
gonna call on Tress Way
another
to
punt
punt it
coming up.
away. And the fair catch is
And they will
taken
call a fair
at
catch,
about
but
the 13-yard line
I will
here.
say this, though.
37 yards on
Washington's
the punt with no
special teams
return.
don't have
And
that
control
same
of the
problem
football,
when it comes to
switching
punting.
hands with
So
very little
great job
time
on them.
remaining until the half.
Oh,
The Browns drive about to get started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play.
hand it
this.
off.
A little bit of space there for the
Gets
first
a
down
good,
run as
decent
that's
amount
gonna
of
get about 5
yardage,
yards.
but
So we've reached halftime
that's going to
here
end
in
the
Super Bowl.
first half,
As we are
and
off
we're going to be
our
back
window
for the
now
second
to
half
check
in just a
with
few
Jonathan
moments.
Coachman at our EA Sports
Season
report.
9.
Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everybody to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, so it looks as if Washington is going to start off with the ball for the second half. Sorry if I'm not talking very much. I'm just trying to preserve my voice as much as I can. Anyway,
Here's Carter now on the return.
Carter with the return, and an excellent return. Gets it to 29, to the 29-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way.
Those are just some of the sacks from throughout the game.
Just handle it, because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And I think you'd have to
First
say
and 10 at the
coaching
29.
staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their
And
performance
Brandon
in the first
ends up
half of the
running. What's he
Super Bowl.
doing?
Definitely pleased.
Well, gets by a screen and gets 20 yards on that.
Their mantra all season long has been finish.
What a run there by Cuevas.
Close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football.
Although I don't know where the defense was for Cleveland, though, if I'm being honest with you.
They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. That one is slanted
And
to the
another
corner.
completion, this time for,
Get him down after a pickup of 8.
I believe that was
Nothing
past
fancy on
midfield,
first
now
down,
at the
but a very
43.
consistent type of a play.
And a nice catch there by
That slant,
McLaurin.
A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Off the play
And
fake,
a play fake,
throw.
and
Behind his
incompletion.
man, he missed him, incomplete.
A rare incompletion there by Brandon Cuevas. Now 3rd and 2.
But still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more
I
completions.
need to win all the
in this
titles to
game.
complete the BTS Grand Slam.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Back to throw here. He finds
And
his
a
man
completion
complete.
to
It's
Joshua James, and that's enough for a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll run on first
They hand it
down.
off, although not a very good run, though, as that only results in 1 yard. 2nd and 9. Anyway.
Jadavian Clowney there on the stop.
Super Bowl, Blue Toad Cup,
Great job there at the point of attack.
UFC title, and Blue Toad Series title. Super Bowl. Oh, okay. I know what the Super Bowl and the UFC title is. What's the Blue Toad Cup? Is that the Stanley Cup?
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
And they get another yard on 1 down. A yard a down is not going to get it done. You got to get some big chunks. So now 3rd and 8. And then I believe the Blue Toad Series title is probably the World Series title.
This is 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
And another incompletion, and now Cleveland is starting to get into a groove as far as defensively is concerned, as Brandon is a bit off, at least in that series he was. Blue Toad Series is baseball. Oh yeah, yeah.
This officially a 55-yard attempt.
A 55-yard attempt, and it's good. Manages to clear it. Good kick there by Sly. No, obviously not to be confused with Sly Cooper.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective,
but great kick there by Sly.
Manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy.
I'll tell you one thing: Washington getting the points, especially from distances that far.
The other side saying, "Hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out."
Yeah, still bottom line though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
Yeah, I got to give some credit to Sly.
Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone.
Even though Sly Cooper is cool, objectively speaking. Anyway, now gets it to the 29. Well, who knows? Who knows?
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first
that could very well happen, though.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And Mayfield being chased off, and somehow Austin Hooper manages to reroute and get open. Wow, what a throw, but also what a play by Hooper. If anything, Hooper was the guy that made it happen, because had Hooper not been there, that would have been at best incomplete, but at worst picked off. But Hooper was able to make a reroute, get it, and get a 1st down as well.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Yes, you did, Mr. Walker. A completion. Makes one man miss and gets a 1st down. Does, I didn't see who caught that one, though. I mean, Landry made... Oh, it was Landry who made the reception there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Chubb.
And another solid run there by Nick Chubb. And 7 yards and a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking.
But I definitely appreciate the confidence on the part of Zach Walker. And by the way, I still have your character as far as Fire Pro as Red Hood, and then I still have your character as Jordan Walker in UFC 4. So, and he's also still the featherweight champion. And by the way, you also knocked out a heavyweight as a featherweight. Just wanted to at least let you know about those things. Anyway, 3rd and 3 at the 32. If Cleveland is going to, make a run at it, they got to do it. And they do just that. Now, wait a minute. What happened there?
They bring him down at the 23.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack.
Looked like he fumbled it, but only for him to recover it himself. So yeah, he fumbled it, but he landed on top of it, on top of his own fumble. So he's still cool. All right, so 5 minutes and 10 seconds and counting. First down at the 23. Mayfield
on first down.
Gets the completion and gets 6 yards on that. 2nd and 4.
This drive, it's been a good mix.
And he gets it to who else? Austin Hooper.
3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
So far, the only time that Cleveland has led, it was 10-7.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Mayfield, a completion.
And he's got it. Got his man.
And he gets it to the 5.
Yeah, the Browns are
1st and goal at the 5.
As the tackle is made at about the 5.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
To throw,
Mayfield. And he gets it to the open man. Nobody was covering number 82. Who was that? Higgins. Rashard Higgins. Nobody covered him, and Mayfield was all too happy to give him that touchdown. But yeah, more important than that, Shifty, as the offensive tackle that he is, has done a great job with, keeping, Cole Weston from getting to him. Although we're going to have a booth review. Hold on a moment. And then Josh was like, this is tense. Yeah, it is. But let's see. Did he get it in? Looks like he did get in. He has his hands on the ball. Although I want to say his feet were in bounds. I don't know. I mean, the gist of it is, yeah, he had it in his hands, but were his feet in bounds? That's the question.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown.
All right, so it's going to stay a touchdown. So it's now an extra point away from a tie game. And here comes Blade Charge to tie it up. And he does. So Blade Charge has himself a number of points based on extra points and field goals. But now it's a tie game, 20-20, with 4 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third and a whole quarter left to go. And each quarter is 10 minutes instead of 15. I should mention that little tidbit there. Well, I mean, I will say it's shaping up to be one of the best games, but if I had to pick a best game, it would probably be last season's Super Bowl, because it had everything. It had everything that you would want in a game. But this one is also pretty good, too. This one's also not that bad either. In fact, it's pretty good, too. I like that. But we still got like the rest of this quarter and the whole of the next quarter, and we'll find out if this is one of the best games. But it's shaping up to be that way. Anyway, there you see Cuevas. That's a spoiler. No, I'm just joking. And
And he'll
well,
forward to
not
about the
a.
27
I mean, nice
yard
trickery
line.
there by Brandon. It just didn't work fully, but he did get 3 yards on that. 2nd and 7.
Right here, and what I mean by that
And a
is
tackle by
possess
Shadow
the
Knight.
ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
I mean, Joshua, how do you feel about, being in the Super Bowl, man?
Here's a 2nd and 7.
And a completion down the middle and a first down.
And he'll take it to the 43-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is
And that
make
was
the
caught by
defender think
Carter.
He's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And Brandon,
And his throw's gonna
not a
be
good throw there.
incomplete.
The best one is when I won.
A
Yeah.
lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Second and 10 here in the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 56.
And Brandon gets a completion
It's Carter.
and gets it to
They
midfield.
get 7 out
And
of
now
that,
it's 3rd
so
and
they're
3.
left with a 3rd and 3.
Nope, me. I have spoken. Nah, me.
Toughest route to
Now,
defend.
now it looks like it's gonna be like,
Especially if it's a good
no, it's
receiver,
me. No, it's
that makes
me.
things very difficult. But when you're running
Argument.
a drag route, something short,
All right, so
shallow,
3rd and
going
3.
through defenders, using guys almost as
At
as
midfield.
screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And a completion to Carter, gets by one guy and gets it to the 35. And then, wait, what happened here?
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout.
Looks like we have an injury timeout, and it is Flowers?
We'll step aside.
What happened with Flowers? Well, I'm not sure what happened with Flowers, but that cannot be good. In fact, I believe this is the first injury that we've had all game. And sure, it's not a big injury, but you have to think any injury at this point would not, bode so well for either team. But in this case, it's Flowers.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yeah. Anyway,
Back to throw again.
and not a good throw there by Brandon.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
And this time a completion gets by one guy. And did he get enough yardage or progression? No, he is 1 yard short. And he gets it to McLaurin, sorry. 3rd and 1.
Now with 3rd and 1.
I will say this, though, as far as the receivers and running backs, they're doing a great job, breaking down tackles. Because we've had some games in which, the defensive players have done great tackling, but in this case, that's not the case. And a first down run by Gibson. And the drive continues at the 23. And that was Feck's first tackle. Want to be a running back? Well, we'll see. We'll see.
He delivered the tough yards.
I mean, ultimately, it just comes down to, or actually, no. Now that I think about it, in this game they have Ezekiel Elliott do the Cowboys, so they don't need a running back, but they might need somebody to protect, Dak Prescott or or maybe give some help to the defense. So that's what they might need, Mr. Zach Walker.
5 yards is the tally on first down.
But yeah, I just know that they have Ezekiel Elliott though.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11
So yeah,
guys on defense.
I always try to keep what's the word, bear in mind like what does the team really need? Do they need offense or do they need defense or do they need somebody to kick a football, like field goals or punts and things like that? Like what does the team really need?
Keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter.
That's a good question.
And they keep on converting. Nice pitching.
I just know that the Cowboys don't need one. I know that. They need more tacos. But for Washington, they just want to get a touchdown. That's what they feel they need, and they get it to, well, for a moment I thought that was a touchdown, but they fall short at the 1. They need more tacos.
When you get a nice game like that, you can do
Tacos.
so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, Clinton will answer that. Anyway, 2nd and goal at the 1.
They're going to look to throw.
And how do you leave number 83 open? Seals Jones. Great catch by Seals Jones.
Seals Jones there to make the grab. And Washington has taken the lead.
Great throw by Brandon, but also great catch by Seals Jones.
And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So Clinton doesn't care as long as it's not Brady. Understandable. And good kick there by Sly. But now it is 27-20, and now it's up to Cleveland to try to tie this game up again. Ricky Seals Jones. Clinton, you should come to Dallas. Okay, so according to what Clinton is saying, Patriots, Cardinals, and or the Bucks would need running backs. Understandable. Ooh, and you know what? It turns out I have a little snack from the other day, and I was saving this. And it's a favorite of E.T., more specifically Stone Cold E.T. And he loves himself some Reese's Pieces, as well as a couple of Steve Weisers. Bonus points for anyone who knows who Stone Cold E.T. is.
Out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So good, man. Andy Katzenmoyer. Huh.
The Browns drive about to get started. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's...
And, well, that looks like a false start. Or was it? Yeah, it was a false start on Cleveland.
A little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
A false start backs him up 5.
Stone Cold Steve Aussie? Okay.
Throwing Mayfield.
And then, almost got, well, not picked off, but swatted away. Now 2nd and 15. And if Cleveland does not get this, I will say this, though. If Cleveland is unable to get this first down, it's going to be much more difficult for Cleveland to come back from this. Oh, dumb. Oh, Stone Cold. And another incompletion. 3rd and 15, and we will get to it at the start of the 4th. At the end of 3, it is 27-20 Washington.
After this break, you're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Austin, don't dumb phone. Of course,
Browns on third down.
the quarterback is Baker Mayfield.
Third and 15. From the shotgun, it's
I mean, his best seasons were in 2019, 2020, but then when we got to 2021, I mean, he was trash. However, this version is based off the 2020 version of Baker Mayfield when he was good, and he was able to get a first down with his legs, and that's interesting.
What else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit.
We will see where I land in the draft. That's what I like about Clinton personally, because outside of maybe a few instances, Clinton is willing to play anything or any position that he feels would help his team win. Whether it's as a defensive player or an offensive player or even quarterback at one point.
Taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball.
Yeah, that's true. Clinton was the quarterback with the Broncos, and he also made a Super Bowl with the Titans, but the defense let him down. Also, Brian Happy Meal Hernsberger, what's up? Brian, I don't know if you knew, but you were featured throughout this season on the Colts.
Now Mayfield.
And Mayfield, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more.
An 8-man football game.
Fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is second.
I mean, the closest thing we're ever going to get to that is NFL Street or something like that, which I don't have, by the way. They hand it off, and gets by one guy, gets by two, and finally brought down by the third. But a first down, and it was Smith Williams who finally took him down.
In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles?
Hey, man, if you like 8-man football, more power to you. I like it too, but that's what you got to do with Hunt. You have to have him run. Diamond Heart. Yeah, Diamond Heart. But you can also call him Zach. All right, I'm going to put these Reese's Pieces away before I eat them all.
Mayfield now looking to throw on
and gets a dump-off pass, but shakes off one tackler. And then, oh, wait a minute, we got a flag. What's this?
So let's see about the call.
We got holding on Cleveland, and that is the center. That's going to negate the run, and that's going to result in a 1st and 16. Not a problem, Wally. If you have to get going, you got to get going. But thank you so much for stopping by, man. Yeah, the Cowboys did beat the Lions. Oh, shoot. And Mayfield, touchdown, Cleveland! What a throw by Mayfield! I'm like, where was this version of Mayfield, man? But Cleveland did it! They are now just an extra point away from tying this. What a throw!
Fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away.
Oh, you were. I didn't know you were streaming, man. Folks, if you like Crash Bandicoot, definitely check out Jamar Games, man. Yeah, Jamar's streaming, by the way. So if you want to check out what Jamar's doing, check it out, man.
Extra point attempt here. And it is good.
I will say, though, Higgins did a great job with, that reception, as Higgins was also the guy that scored early in the game. But there's 8 minutes and 14 seconds left for Washington to go down the field, of course. Yes, by all means, go ahead and promote, Clinton. I mean, of course, it helps as far as the Browns are concerned that they have talent. They have Shifty the Clown. They have Shadow Knight. They have Beck.
as the kick's away.
And they have a kicker slash punter in Blade Charge.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26.
I will say this, though, as far as the Falcons are concerned, they have exceeded expectations because we all thought that the Falcons would maybe get what, 1, 2, maybe even no wins at all. But no, the fact that the Falcons are where they are right now, at this point in the season, just goes to show that the Falcons are exceeding expectations. Now, by no means do I think that they'll win the championship, but the only way I can see that happening is if everybody underestimates them. I will say that.
They'll try and start this
Okay.
drive in the air.
So this Tuesday is the Oblivion Wrestling Federation's Supercard. And this Thursday is going to be 3 games of Clinton's, what is it? I always forget what the DAFL stands for, but it's his version of the Madden series. But much different. In fact, much more deeper, if I have to be honest with you. I'm a Dallas fan. Oh, okay. That's understandable. But really, though, Dallas and the Browns have never really had a great history because the thing was, like, when the Cowboys first came in the league, they were one of the worst teams. And at that same time, Cleveland was a championship-level team, and they won the championship in '64. But by the time we got around to 1966, that is, Cleveland started to, regress or decline, and the Cowboys started to become a top team, especially with the draft picks that they made throughout the year, or the decade, rather.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And then Jamar, much like Zach before him, is saying, I will win the Super Bowl. But yeah, what does the DAFL stand for? Anyway, great throw there by Brandon Cuevas.
That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
Dallas is winning the Super Bowl.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And a completion to, of course, the big man, the Intercontinental Champion, Joshua James. I have a feeling that Joshua isn't saying very much, not just because he's on the field, but because, well, I guess he doesn't want to jinx it. Oh. It's called Digital Aggressive Football League. We will also most likely have a new owner for Baltimore soon. Oh, yes. I have a feeling I know exactly why, Clinton, and you don't need to even explain that to me. And if you know, you know. If you don't need to know. And a completion again. And to the 25.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
McLaurin has over 50 yards, four receptions, 56 yards.
Reestablish the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Definitely like these Reese's Pieces. All right, so 7 minutes and counting. They hand it off.
It's Gibson, and not much.
And, well, they didn't get very much. They got only about a yard or so. And a great tackle there by Walker Jr., who is also the same man that got a interception much early in the game.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Now Cuevas. A completion and a first down and a whole lot more. Now down to the 7. And I don't know if you saw, but Joshua got tossed onto the field, but he'll easily have one of his own teammates do most of the work for him.
A little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal.
All right, so 7 at the 7-yard line, first and goal. 6 minutes and counting. Cuevas. Ooh, tried to fit it in a tight window. That could have been just as bad. In fact, that could have been a pick 6, if not just a pick altogether. But Samuel needs to go to a good team. Yeah, he should. But it's not like he can just, up and leave. He has to either get traded or wait for his contract to expire, They hand it off, and a touchdown! What a run! That's the second rushing touchdown. And who was that? Jonathan Williams. Great run there by Jonathan Williams. And Washington is up. Great draw there.
Closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that
which is Dallas. Oh, you were just finishing up what Clinton said.
Up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
Curtis was best when he was used as more than just one thing.
And they will take a
all right,
lead
so now it's 34-27.
So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
And there you see Biological. And that man, Biological, he was responsible for winning a championship. I forget what season it was, but it was with, I think it was,
kickoff after the touchdown.
I'll have to look back, but I believe it was.
Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29.
Oh, it was season 6, and it was for the Cardinals. Was what he did for the Cardinals as a center. Yes, you were featured. Unfortunately, your team got eliminated by the Washington Commanders, actually. Or I'm sorry, was it Washington? I'm sorry. It was the Cleveland Browns who eliminated the Colts. I almost forgot. Check Discord DMS. And whoa, what a catch there by Higgins. And Higgins just showing us, why he is a deep threat that he is, though. All right, let me see.
Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now.
Oh, right. Let me see if I can find it. Mayfield gets a completion, a little short of the first down, but let me find it for you. Hold on.
And it's a second down.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Sorry, did not mean to feature any music here. They hand it off again, although did they get enough yards there? Yeah, the Commanders are winning, but Cleveland wants to tie this game up. All right.
And that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes.
All right, I sent it to Atticus.
And made a really nice play.
And a completion, and I don't know how he was able to catch that ball with one arm, but he did Austin Hooper, and he gets it to the 19.
The design that we're seeing right there, this is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th, they just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings,
yeah, manages to catch it really quick and then make a move, and he does just that.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Yeah, I was surprised that Carolina actually won. And they didn't just beat any team. They beat Brady, they beat Brady and the Bucks. Like, how the heck does that happen? Like, seriously, Carolina couldn't win a game to save their life, and yet here they did, and here they were. They didn't just beat anybody. They beat Brady and the Bucks. How does that happen? I'm shocked, though. In a good way, I will say.
Mayfield down.
A dump-off pass, and nope, not quite enough for a first down, but very close. 3rd and 1.
Last play, this time they double it and pick up 6.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb.
And Chubb manages to get by the line and gets in front of the goal by 2 yards. Now at the 2. And Cleveland, I'll tell you one thing. We've had a couple of successful stops, but for the most part, both offenses have done a great job with both passing and running. And so far, the only turnover has been with Cleveland. And, I mean, of course, Cleveland also has 3 sacks, but other than that, it hasn't really stopped the offense all that much. And, whoa, nice catch and a touchdown! I mean, they blitzed him. They blitzed Baker Mayfield, but he got the ball off to Landry. Had to go back and get it, but still had enough time to go back and get into the end zone and a touchdown. Also, hey, what's up? Insane one. Yeah, there you saw him having to go back and then go back into the end zone to do it. Yeah, Brady, like Brady just isn't the Brady that, defied, Father Time, really, but now it's starting to catch up to him. And if not that, maybe, Giselle might have something to do with it. So now it's a tie game, 34-34. But now Washington has 2 minutes and 32 seconds at their disposal in order to get down the field. The idea is to try to either use up a lot of clock or try to get a touchdown.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Taken at the goal line.
All right, takes it.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
All right, so they're going to start at the 24. So far, their worst start, but it's not that bad.
Drive for Washington.
2 touchdowns and an interception, and now it's up to Brandon. Can they do it? Well, if the Browns are going to win the Super Bowl, they got to get a stop. In fact, they have to find a way to get the ball back. But the idea is to prevent a touchdown. You might be able to live with a field goal, but by the time you get the ball back, there might not be enough time. So you got to find a way to get a turnover or something.
That's complete to his receiver, McCoy.
Well, they do get a completion there for 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
After a gain of 6.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd down and 4.
All right, 2 minutes and counting, or close to the 2-minute warning. Nope, they don't even get the snap off. 2-minute warning. And at the end, and with the 2-minute warning, it is 34-34.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a
so if the Browns are over or something.
And they get him down.
Well, they give up a first down is what they did. 1st and 10 at the 42. Great catch there by Samuel. And Samuel just proving that he himself is a candidate for MVP.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
And in the shotgun, and they get a pass and had some, and of course they had Joshua to help with the blocking. Rivera very, for Rivera, this is his biggest opportunity yet. I mean, this is his best chance to become a Super Bowl champion after falling short considerably with the Panthers against the Broncos, oddly enough, and an incompletion. And that might have been slightly tipped. 2nd and 10. A minute, 10 seconds.
You can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the draw, it's Gibson.
And a handoff, and a first down. And a timeout used up.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
And the timeout was used up by Cleveland as they hope to get the ball back with enough time. But it looks as what they're trying to do as far as Washington is concerned is to try to run out as much of the clock as they can. And if they don't get a touchdown, then they can kick a field goal to win the game.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams.
They're going to try to stay on the ground. And another timeout used.
He gets maybe 3. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
A minute exactly.
2nd and 7.
At the 33, 2nd and 7.
A carry for Gibson.
And Gibson gets a whole lot more, and touchdown, Washington! Washington Commanders.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take.
And Washington indeed takes command.
Late in the game, they look like they're in control. But still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves.
I mean, what a run, though.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Slide for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
I have to think that, Antonio Gibson, might have gotten some pointers from Brandon, apparently. Actually, I'm not sure if that's actually true, but I wouldn't have put it past Brandon to give a couple of plays to him. Well, now the Browns have 54 seconds left in order to make this happen. Let's find out.
Slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown.
Goodbye, Browns. Well, it ain't over till it's over. And, whoa, he gets a couple more yards than usual.
Mayfield and the offense now. Down by 7.
There you see Rashard Higgins, who has 5 receptions, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So if Higgins is going to come up big, they may need him now.
Now
Mayfield. But before Mayfield can get anything, he gets sacked by who else? Cole Weston, as he finally, in the words of The Rock, finally He gets a sack as he finally gets past Shifty the Clown, and Shifty was really the one guy that was stopping him, but he doesn't need to be, as Mayfield gets yet another sack back to back. And if it wasn't over before, it's not looking good now. 3rd and 24. Time is running short.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the
3rd and 24, man. Now it's going to be more of a cover DB type of thing. And are you serious? He caught it! I mean, he caught it, but unfortunately, there are no more timeouts, and that's it!
Washington football team. They win it.
The Commanders have won the Super Bowl.
And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
Biological.
That's pretty phenomenal.
Cole Weston, who didn't have a play until towards the end of the game when it mattered the most to close it out.
When you look in the record books,
And then you had Joshua James with a couple of big receptions, but really, if I had to pick an MVP, it may as well be Brandon Cuevas, if not Antonio Gibson. But in this case, it is Brandon. 2 interceptions, one interception, 2 touchdowns, and over. I'm going to have to look at the stats again, but so while Brandon hasn't had much luck in the ring, he has had his best performance thus far, as he is now a 3-time Super Bowl champion. He was a Super Bowl champion as a running back, and then as a, I believe he was a guard, actually, with the Titans when they won their 2nd championship. And then, just now, with the Washington Commanders. Is it in the latest iteration, Clinton? Or in the soon-to-be latest iteration? I'm kind of interested about that one. You know, given the rule changes and everything like that. Anyway, let's take a look. So even though Baker Mayfield had the better game, Cuevas had more passing yards, a higher completion percentage, and even though Baker had 4 touchdowns and Brandon had 1 interception, he did just enough to win. Wow, Browns, when Mayfield got sacked, you should have called timeout then. But I could still make a strong case for Mr. Antonio Gibson or Jonathan Williams. Those are the guys that you probably could give the MVP to. And some people are saying, Brandon, you deserve it. Like I said, Browns trash. They choked. Yeah, they pretty much did. Oh, sorry. I meant to go to receiving. Yeah, Curtis Samuel was also another candidate for MVP, and then Rashard Higgins, another guy that probably would have won MVP had the Browns won. Jarvis Landry had a touchdown. Donovan People-Jones had one. Ricky Seals-Jones had one. And then blocking. Now, you don't see this very often, but this is like how many sacks were allowed and how many pancake blocks. Pancake blocks are good stats, but sacks allowed, that's a bad stat. So Wyatt Tiller had 3 pancake blocks. A pancake block is just simply when you're blocking a defensive lineman and you block so well that the defensive lineman is flat on his back like a pancake. So yeah, pancake blocks are good. But unfortunately, Shifty allowed a sack, and it was a big one. Yeah, Cole could have won the MVP, though. The clock after the sack, definitely. And then for defensive players, Jamin Davis had the most tackles out of anybody. Yeah, he had more tackles than anyone really. Um, and then let's see. Sacks. Oh, I probably should use the sort button more often. But yeah, Jadeveon Clowney, Myles Garrett each had a sack and a half. But as impressive as that was, Deron Payne and Cole Weston each got a sack as well. And then as far as interceptions are concerned, Anthony Walker Jr. had that one, but otherwise could not make more use out of it, really. Now, of course, as far as kicking is concerned, Blaycharge had 2 field goals, and that was good enough for 6 points. And then plus 4 extra points made. So for a grand total of 10 points is Blaycharge responsible for. But in terms of punts, there weren't too many punts. There were only 2 punts for Blaycharge and 1 for Tress Way. But as far as kick returns and punt returns, not that impressive, but it is what it is. You might go to the Cardinals, yeah. I'll definitely keep those options open for you, my friend. Whether it's at Dallas, the Cardinals, or any team that really needs a running back, but I'll keep that in mind for the draft. But regardless, though, as far as the draft is concerned, after the draft we can do trades. So if there's a trade that you like to have, whether you wish to be traded from or to another team, I will see what I can do. But yeah, all that matters is that you are back, so I'm happy about that. I'm definitely happy about that. Definitely. Oh, is that so? Yeah, I could totally see that. But the thing is, in NCAA, you're young. These are 18 to these are guys in their late teens, early 20s. These guys can do it. But then when you start to get to a certain age, then yeah, you have to focus on one or maybe even focus on one thing and then participate on special teams or something like that. But other than that, though, that is going to conclude our Super Bowl. And it was a close one. But in the end, the Super Bowl champions are the Washington Commanders. I don't know why you would want to be a zombie, though. I wouldn't. But in any event, that's going to do it. Now, as far as next weekend is concerned, I won't be doing a stream on Sunday, but I might do one on Friday, though. I have yet to decide what game to do on Friday. In fact, I'm going to check right now on what I have. So let me just see. I'm just checking my what I have planned. Okay. Actually, as a matter of fact, I will get to work on the next game. So I will be working behind the scenes as far as the next game. And as a matter of fact, I will post the card a few days, but it's going to be... I'll announce it, though. Let's see. Please do, because it is my birthday. Wait... You're celebrating your birthday on Friday, Mr. Clinton? I'm curious. Is that true? Friday is my actual birthday. Well, all I can say that's nice, baby. Dun 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 dun. I just can't get enough of the piano riff. You're getting paid to play Skyrim. I mean, not very many places do that, but it's not for me to judge, I suppose. But all the same, do exercise caution. Either way. But with all that said, oh right. Let me share with you the game I had in mind. Oh, vacation time. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, cool. That makes sense then. Fire Pro Wrestling. That's the show that we're going to be doing. So between now and on Friday night, I will be busy with setting up the card, but also working on season 12 as far as the draft is concerned. IRL, real talk. So. And by the way, Zach, I still technically have your character, albeit he's still known as Red Hood. So I definitely wanted to showcase that, and I did bring in Brian Happy Meal Hernsberger into the fold. Oh, well, actually, he's called Mike Wasson, rather. Excuse me. But either way. But yes, Fire Pro is coming back, and I might use that a little bit more. Especially if WWE or some other game I intend to use goes tits up or something like that. So with that said, your U.S. title back? I'm gonna see if, let me check, because I have a tentative schedule there. Well, all right. So you have, there's other championships you can go for. There's the heavyweight title. There's the never open weight title. And the Intercontinental Championship. I'll pick a one of those championships for you, or you could just come in and we'll go from there. A shot at your light heavyweight gold, or junior heavyweight gold. Sorry. Well, you already are scheduled for that against Ruby Rose and Shauna Gears. Yeah. All right. Let me see. IWGP IC title. Let me see. IC. Okay. Let me take out somebody here. Let's see. Or wait a minute. I forgot. You're the. Oh, that's right. You're the quads champion. I forgot about that. Unless the only thing I can do is probably. Okay, how about this, Clinton? Are you willing to give up 1/4 of your quads champion, and I'll put the title on someone else as far as your quads, quarter. It's a lot like the tag team titles, except it's a quarter because there's 4 people. Okay, then in that case, I will award the title to somebody else. Oh, I get it. You just simply want to be Jordan Walker. All right. Hey, I have no issue with that. Mike Wasson will be proud. All right, cool. And of course, I always have Patty. Actually, you know what I could do is put Patty in the. Well, I'll have to go back and look at my copy of Fire Pro to see who's the champion of whom, if they weren't already in there. So I'll definitely check out, and if Patty's not a champion, then I'll be like, hey, I'll just give Clinton's 4th of the title to Patty, and then she can defend it on the show or whatnot. So and if not, then that's all right. But other than that, though, this is the Blue Toad, Deju22, signing off, saying goodbye, And man, I am gonna need to go take care of some business, if you know what I mean. But in all seriousness, though, I do need to get going. So have a great night, and congratulations to the Washington Commanders. I'm not going to call them by their former name, but the Washington football team, congratulations to them. And we will be back for Madden when the time comes. But until then, I will see you on Friday. I will see you on Saturday. And then apparently Jose's going to float away. We'll get some help for Jose, though. And then as far as Saturday is concerned, I will be doing Super Mario 3D World. And then Sunday, no stream. But until then, have a great day, everybody. And thank you, Patty. I definitely appreciate that. All right.